Here are 5 steps to a successful dissertation defense, presented by Professor Christina Bambrick of the University of Notre Dame.
I have tried to come up with some tips and tricks that I think are broadly applicable and transferable no matter who you are and no matter what field you are in.
The first step in the dissertation process is finding your topic, and Professor Bambrick says you should be thinking about this from day 1 in grad school.
Read broadly, explore different literatures, but I would say also to read intentionally from the very beginning.
As you're figuring out the topic where you want to focus your research, you should be thinking about building a team. This not only includes your professors and advisors who will serve on your dissertation committee, but other people as well. Having a diverse group of people on your team can help fill the gaps your advisors may not be available to assist you with. Then you should seek feedback about your topic from your team, even at early stages. Their suggestions can help improve your thesis from the very beginning.
After you've decided what your topic is, after you have this support network, you can turn to the prospectus.
When starting your prospectus or proposal, it's important to keep in mind that your dissertation will continue to evolve as you write it.
But at the end of the day, just write the darn thing. Just write the prospectus, get it out there. And the reason I say this is because your dissertation will be different.
This is also the best time to prepare yourself for the heavy research and writing you're about to begin. So 2 other important things to do during this step are A, secure fellowships, which will enable you to have dedicated writing time in the future.
Time is the most valuable resource you have in graduate school. I cannot emphasize that enough.
And B, get organized and start learning citation and reference management software, like Zotero or Mendeley. This will save you a lot of time as you start the next step. The next step is where you'll spend the longest, research and writing. The most important thing here is putting in the time.
If you begin to let things creep into your writing time, then before you know it, it will all be gone. So make this time sacred, make it an actual commitment. It's very important that you do treat it as another item in your calendar so that other things don't sneak in.
Write for at least 20 minutes every day. Writing every day is critical to keeping your brain sharp. Professor Bambrick suggests leaving a note for yourself before you wrap up for the day, so you know where to start writing again tomorrow. She also says that some of the biggest obstacles to getting your writing done are mental.
And recognize your dissertation is likely better than you think. And so if you set your mental bar too high, if you have this impression that it has to be perfect, it's likely to paralyze you, to lead you to procrastinate, to lead to resistance. Think about it as you're doing the most you can with the time you had. You'll turn out a good dissertation, and in the end, it will be finished. This is the goal. Now it's time to go on the job market and to tell people about our research. You need the dissertation to graduate, but you need to publish to get a job. So how do you navigate this?
A key strategy to balancing publishing while writing your dissertation is to think of your chapters as standalone articles. That way, you can publish articles before your dissertation is complete. And while publishing is critical to landing a job, you also need to present your research effectively to potential colleagues.
So you really want to cater your presentation of your research differently depending on who you're talking with. Try to make your research relevant. So as you are meeting, you're having your one-on-ones, look at what they do study and see if there are any connections with what you study.
You should also be maintaining a professional website so potential employers can learn about you and see what you're working on. The last step in our roadmap is defending your dissertation.
The best piece of advice I have on this front is simply to talk with your advisor. See what the expectations are.
Check with your advisor for the specifics and see if you can observe the defenses of your colleagues. This can help demystify the process and build your confidence.
One of the purposes of your committee is to ask tough questions. Know that you've invested the time and that you're capable of defending this piece of scholarship that you've produced confidently. At the same time, and sitting in somewhat tension, again with the last point, is to welcome criticism. I think the best dissertation defense should have a twofold purpose of both challenging you, but also being aimed to improve your product for the long term.
To help keep these valuable critiques in mind for the future, be sure to record the conversation.
You won't have many other opportunities where several scholars have sat down, read your work closely, and are dedicated to giving you comments for a solid 2 hours or so. So take advantage of that for what it is.